Hi, welcome to Unfiltered and Unleashed, the podcast where we talk real personal development, taking actions, and life lessons. I'm your host, Idome Sid, and I'm so glad that you're here today. I'm super excited, as you can see, and I just can't wait to get right into the topic. So let's get right into it. On today's topic, we're going to be talking about locking in. I'm sure a lot of you, in fact, you've seen locking in this January, like with the whole New Year resolution. Everybody is just having an opinion. Everybody is just talking about locking in the whole January. In fact, it started from December of 2025. And locking in is good. Like it's really good because without locking in, there is no way you can achieve your goal, and there's no way you can, you have to set that stage to be focused. Okay. But before you lock in, nobody talks about the real locking in. And what do I mean by the real locking in? The real locking in is locking in your basic needs. Yes, I'm talking about, see, this podcast is for people from low income background, people that cannot afford the basic things, but actually want to make something good out of their life. That is why I'm here. Okay. So the real locking in, it's locking in your basic needs. And what do I mean by that? For instance, especially we that from this part of the world, like Nigeria, okay. You there are a lot of things that are not in place, that we don't have basic needs. Like for instance, there's no constant electricity. Okay. You have to buy data, be grounded with food. Yes, it's very important because you need the energy. You need your energy up to be able to lock in. You can't be locking in and there's no food in your stomach. There's no way you are going to lock in and be focused. Okay. So that is the real locking in. You have to lock in that first before you go for the secondary locking in. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, so everybody's talking about locking in, but nobody talks about the real locking in. So you have to lock in all those things because without those things you can't be focused. And how do you lock in all those things? First off, you make a room for where you can actually earn. Okay, you look for how you can earn either on the internet or you get a job. Yes, you can't lock in without a substantial job or substantial income keeping you going. Do you get what I mean? So you have to get a job, not something that will take all your time. Okay, something, maybe a shift, something basic that can just give you the income that you need, because you don't need a lot, you just need small, something that can keep you going, that can make you start without overthinking, without fear and all that. So that is the main locking in. So you have to lock in that one first before the main locking in, because when the main locking in comes, it comes with routine. Yes, before you can successfully lock in, you have to have a routine that you can stick to. And what do I mean by routine? Like repeatable tasks. Let's say, for instance, you want to learn a skill. You need data, you need constant lights, you need, let's say you want to learn computer skill or an online skill. Do you get? Or a tech skill? You need constant lights, you need food in your stomach, and also you need data. Those are the three major things that you need outside having a system or a phone. You can actually use a phone to learn whatever skill you want to learn, depending on the kind of skill. But the basic ones, you can use a phone to learn it. Okay. So you need all those things locked in, because with those things in place, you can now be able to have a routine that you can follow. You wake up in the morning, you know that okay, maybe you have a shift that you go for, you come out from your shifts, and you're joining your online class to learn whatever you are learning. And after that, you have to study, you have to practice, because trust me, it's not only about studying and attending all those classes and taking all those courses. You need to practicalize, you need to practice, you need to you know build. Yes, you need to build. So you need to lock in with actionable steps, with a routine that you can follow. I don't mean something that it's overwhelming at the end of the day. Something simple, something very simple. And if you do not have light, okay, you can probably go to a cafe, or you have one major tips. I don't know if I should share it here. Okay, while I was learning a skill, okay, what I do is that, because where I live there was no constant light, and I could not afford fuel and solar and all whatnot. So what I do is that there's this church that I go to. They have a study center where the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, okay, they have a study center for their students where they come to learn. So I just, follow them to go there and, stay with them and learn. And they have free Wi-Fi. Don't say I told you that, okay? So you can go there and, study and stay there. And some places you can stay over the night, but it's not all the places though. But you can stay from morning till evening. So that is like my major tip. If you don't have lights, if you don't have data, you can always go there to use their free Wi-Fi and learn your skill and do whatever you want to do. But they have, like, I think they have centers all around, but sometimes you have to pay transport. So that is where your own money comes in. That is where the shifts or the work that you do, or the small business that you do to keep going, that's where it comes in, because you can actually take it from there, the transport from there, to pay and go and do whatever you have to do there. So that is it for today. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a conversation. And remember, progress comes from clarity and consistent actions, not perfection.